And we're back again, Kataira Smith here with Kevin Ashworth talking about anxiety situations and scenarios. So we do have at the district our Wisdom Ridge Academy. It's our online program, and a lot of the kids access it, and they have a great time at it. But we are seeing a lot of students who exhibit anxious type of behaviors, and they just won't reach out to their teachers, like to talk to them or Zoom call with them in some way. And the teachers are feeling a bit helpless of how do I help this kid not be so unstuck, since they're not getting a lot of social interaction from being an online community. So thoughts on that connection piece with the teachers?
I mean, I think of, how do you create incremental steps when you don't have direct access? And so even what we think is a really basic expectation or offering, like, hey, just send me an email, I'm here to help, that can be paralyzing for people. Again, there's a lot of uncertainty. What if I don't write it correctly? How is it going to be interpreted, and so on and so forth? Or maybe I'm not that familiar with how to do the process. So this is a challenging one, because these teachers don't have access. But you may change the expectation of saying, I would like you to email me something. Even if it's just I want you to type an email and send it to me, so
or
you get
a picture of something from
or
Google.
a picture. And maybe the intervention is that we email 3 days a week, or once a week, then 3 days a week, and then so on, until I at least know that we have some communication. Because many of these kids likely have some anxiety about just communicating, and they now have very little practice or opportunities to communicate. So the anxiety inevitably just feels much worse when they have to.
Yeah, even a smaller thing like an email is now a big thing, because they're so used to probably being in their a bubble in a way.
And email's much harder than even just checking in with someone in person. So I think even kids that are in the traditional school scenarios and asked to email a teacher might have a harder time than asked to just check in with a teacher. And so these kids are not only not there, but they're asked to engage in a task that has a lot of uncertainty, meaning I don't know the response from somebody else, or whether they're going to get.
And I wonder how well they know the teacher too, like relationships kind of a big thing,
which is
right?
It's a massive thing for everything we do. And so one of there's probably many benefits, or at least a few benefits, from online schooling. It gives access to education for kids that maybe otherwise wouldn't be going at all. But it does disallow connection. And that's important.
Yeah, and I know they do have, I think, 1 day a week, or so many days a week where they do in-person stuff. So maybe also like really pushing the attendance of those kiddos that are just not communicating in other ways to attend those in-person days.
And when they're there in person, I would focus on practicing the communication in real time for when they're not there.
Like they'll write their email while they're there.
I'm going to show you.
That.
I'm going to sit next to you. Let's just send an email to me.
Yeah, and I'll send a smiley face back.
And I'll send something back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And maybe find like what they enjoy.
Exactly.
Right? And maybe just talk about that. Nothing school related at first.
Well, so this is kind of like, if you're only getting to school once a week, this is like therapy. Therapy's once a week. Sometimes we spend our session not talking about the things that feel necessary to talk about. We spend time talking about how will you communicate X, Y, Z throughout the rest of your week, which is far more important for you. So I become that mock teacher or boss or whoever it is.
Practicing it
exactly.
in that moment.
Right.
Yeah, good point. I like that. Awesome. Thank you.